We rolling?
Yeah.
Hi everybody, welcome to A Coastal Thrifter. Dave and I just got back from church. I'm driving. We go to church all the way out here in Santa Rosa Beach. We're kind of cruising right by Destin right now. It's kind of a gray, overcast day, but it's warm. A lot of you guys are experiencing a terribly cold, debilitating snowstorm right now, and we just want you to know that our prayers are with you. Dave and I have been going to church out here, a church called New Life, Santa Rosa Beach. It's Pastor Sean Baker. Check him out. He's great. And big things are happening at this church. They're really growing fast. And it's an exciting time to be a part of it. So we're grateful for the opportunity. We drive like 40 minutes just to come to this church because it's that good. And I wish there was one closer to us, but not yet. So anyways, as usual, Dave and I are going to go do a little thrifting on the way home. We're going to hit up the Goodwill in Destin. And then if the weather holds out, we might take in a little bit of lunch on the water. So stay tuned. All right, we're back here at the Destin Goodwill. Let's see what we find this week. Look at this beautiful dress right when you walk in. There's actually quite a few formals in this Goodwill location if you're looking for one. And the color of the week is red. We're going to grab our cart and I'm going to head over here to the shoe section real quick. Just kind of like to scan around in here. You never know. Sometimes they can have really nice shoes in here, but it's rare that I find anything in my size. And I'm really not a huge reseller of shoes. But I always do look. Never know. You might find something really spectacular. Always find lots of sandals down here in Destin. A lot of open-toed shoes. Gorgeous formals. Beautiful wedding gowns here. This one would be lovely for Christmas, for a winter bride. Look at that work on that. So pretty. Their prices are very reasonable for their formals. I would always recommend coming here first if you're planning an event, because you just never know, you could really save some money if you're not too picky. And Mardi Gras season is right now. So as I was filming this, we were coming into Mardi Gras season. And I saw quite a few formal gowns here in the Goodwill that would have been perfect for the Mardi Gras balls. Lots of old bridesmaid dresses, but I mean, look at the green. That would be gorgeous for Mardi Gras. We don't really have a lot of Mardi Gras balls per se over here in Northwest Florida. There is one over in Pensacola. They call it the mall ball. Look at this cool box. $149. Toucan carved chest. Look. The boats on it. It's so cute. That's nice. And I found this nice little nautical sign that I thought maybe be able to put a little stain on it and make it look a little older. So the price was pretty good on that. I popped that in there for my fisherman themed stuff that I've been picking up. I do find a few things here in the Christmas section. I like this little penguin mug. He was really cute. And I think a lot of this stuff might have been marked down too, but I wasn't exactly sure what prices they were asking on the Christmas. Also, just keeping in mind that the color of the week is red, so I'm looking for those red stickers. They have a lot of ornaments. They have a lot of kind of generic lower-end Christmas things. Things you get out of the catalogs and stuff right before Christmas. I always check these plates, make sure I'm not passing up something interesting like Spode or like Staffordshire or anything like that. This one had a crack in it anyways. It was a pretty plate, but not with the crack. I saw this little nativity set, and I do put that in the cart. I do decide to put it in the cart. It was a little older, so I thought maybe. Then there was this nice big baggie here of ornaments, and I saw a couple things in there that I liked, so I did pop this one in the cart. I think this one might have been priced at $4.99. There was like that cute Snoopy ornament. I thought that was probably worth it then. And then another baggie here, and this one was priced at $7.99, but I saw that it had the little light up tree, and I really like those just for myself, so I picked that one up. Thought, well, we'll see what's in there. There's a little Santa face mug in it. I think that might be an owl succulent planter in there. So I saw enough in there to make me think it was worth $7.99. Boo! Ah! Success. Success. That's the way we spell success. Coffee and Jesus. That's all you need. This was one of those little patterned rolling pins. It looked like the kind that comes in a gift basket. There's a little chair for the dollies. Very cute. Make a nice little vignette for a beach decor theme. Always plenty of beach decor. I think those letters might have spelt out beach at one time. There was this cute little ship's wheel here. I didn't put that one in the cart, though, because I thought it was maybe a little too cutesy, you know. This was really cool, though. This is definitely like a vintage, distressed, handmade thing. Somebody made that. It was routed, and then it was painted, and then it was distressed with some dark stain, so it has a very primitive look. $2.99 I thought was worth it on that. Looking at the little teapot. Florals. They usually have pretty decent florals at this Goodwill. Found this Pier 1 doggy dish. How cute is that? That one actually comped out pretty well too, so that was a good pickup. I should be able to end up selling that for a profit for sure. Then there was this beautiful Mikasa, gorgeous crystal bowl here. Mikasa is not a real high-end brand, though. They were asking $8 for this one, which didn't really leave enough room for profit. Plus, it's heavy, and I hate shipping things that are so big. So I put that back. $1.99 on this little tile. That was a good pickup. This, I thought, had a real great kind of sea coast look to it, a little bit of a fisherman style. I think it was just a little too crazed for me, and I didn't like that I couldn't open the lid to see if there were any chips underneath, so I just didn't feel like risking it. Cute little candle holder set, Pier 1 boho beaded candle holders. Those have already been listed. Scanning. Oh, a really cool desk kinetic sculpture here. You flip it and the little sand pieces fall down to form the bell curve. When you flip it back around, the sand falls in there to form the bell curve. That is your empirical data. I do believe that you could apply that concept to thrifting, that most of the things we thrift falls into the empirical data portion of the bell curve within 2 standard deviations of the mean. Most of the things I thrift are probably just bread and butter items, things I might flip and make a few dollars on. But then there are the outliers, those wonderful things that we find every now and then that are just like pa-pow. I love it when I find stuff like that. That is a real dopamine hit. That is the thrill. That is the thrill of the chase. Keeps us going, doesn't it? I know I'm preaching to the choir here. I know we all understand that. When you find that cool, rare thing, or when you find something on your personal bucket list, that's always a lot of fun, isn't it? It's a reason to keep going at it. The thrill of the hunt. I heard somebody say online once, or I read somebody say, if you won the lottery, would you keep thrifting? And I think for me, the answer, we all know. Of course I would keep thrifting, because I would have more houses to fill up. I would collect houses as well as memorabilia and ephemera and stuff. Just think about how much fun it would be to have a house here, a house there, and you go thrifting to fill it with wonderful things. Absolutely, I would keep thrifting. And they don't make stuff like they used to. So your best bet of finding high quality vintage stuff is at estate sales, thrift stores, and at the occasional yard sale, flea markets, antique stores. Oh, clay art. I like clay art. I don't think I ended up picking those up though. Little relish tray. I was looking to see if this was the Pioneer Woman. I could not figure it out. And they had it priced a little high, so I put it back. I don't think it was the Pioneer Woman, but it had a look of those colors. I still have a whole bunch of the Pioneer Woman in the back, deciding if I want to whatnot it or if I want to put it on eBay. Or just hold on to it until it becomes more valuable. That might happen too, as people buy their favorite sets and pieces and then they get retired. In a few years, those pieces become harder to find. And when you break a piece, you are looking for one. And so that's a little bit of a retail arbitrage on popular brands like the Pioneer Woman. These little fruit tiles were cool. I was back at this Goodwill recently and those were gone, so somebody did buy them. And this is the pre-spring break last hurrah here, I think, at our Goodwills in the local area and at the Waterfront Mission. They do tend to get a little bit more picked over during the spring break holidays and during the summer holidays. So, this might be my last hurrah for a while for thrifting, at least locally. We might go thrift in Biloxi, Gulfport area here pretty soon. We have a concert coming up over that way, so we'll just have to see if we're going to actually thrift. Here's another gorgeous nautical sheet. I picked this up because I see all sorts of things on here I like. And I think either I'll sell the sheet as it is or I will upcycle it into something else. We also have a trip to Gainesville coming up, and we will most likely thrift in Gainesville too. So you guys will get to see our latest haul soon from Gainesville, Florida. You never go wrong thrifting around there with the bigger Goodwills they have down there and some of the fun little local thrift stores. This was a whole bolt practically of vintage Hawaiian fabric for $10. That's a definite yes for me. I have sold whole bolts of fabrics like that before in the $100 range. So it just depends on the pattern and how vintage it is. This was a really beautiful pillow with the tassels. Had a little French country look to it. I found some Duluth Trading Company jeans. That was a good buy, brand new. Oh my gosh, look at the little brown truck. Oh, $5.99. My son works for UPS.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. And then there was this whole baggie of little stuffed animals. I saw a Timon in there. And that's what made me pick it up. There was Lion King in there, and some of the Lion King plush can really sell. So we made it. We actually broke down at Goodwill, and as you can see, the weather turned nasty, and we had to have the car jumped in the pouring rain. So no dewies today, no views of the water, but we are here at our favorite wing spot to enjoy the game between the Pats and the Broncos. I am torn. I don't know who to root for because I am from Massachusetts and Denver. So I don't know who. Dave says we're rooting for Denver. Our kids live in Denver. But you know, my dad was from Boston. So for all my Boston peeps, we'll just see who wins.
I've been to Boston.
Dave's like, you've been to Boston. Yeah, we like Boston, don't we? Yeah, we like Cape Cod, right? We have friends from Cape Cod. We have family up there outside of Boston. So I don't know, may the best team win today. I'll show you the haul later. Okay, so we got back from thrifting. It was a very rainy day. It's a couple days later now. I sat down to film the whole entire haul video, and it took like 20 minutes. So I am not going to pop that on the end of this video. That one's going to drop later this week. You'll be able to see the haul video in a couple of days. We're going to get her uploaded. And that's all we have for today. Thanks again for watching. Peace.